Okay, hey guys. I'm playing a little Card Hunter this morning. I thought I would show you how that works. It's browser-based, free-to-play game. I don't know when it comes out officially, but it's in a wider closed beta than it has been the rest of the year up till now. So I finally got a chance to get in and play a little bit. Before I dive into how you play, what is it? It's a turn-based tactical combat system with a collectible card game overlay. You play cards to defeat enemies. They're playing cards to try and defeat you. It's kind of a harkens back to old like modules, like tabletop strategy and role-playing games. There's like a kind of a light but fun story of the DM Gary who's running the game, and there's different characters who pop in and out in between missions, just like 1 or 2 lines of dialogue. It's fun. So now, here's my current party. Here are the keep. Right now I got a Dwarven fighter, we're about level 15. I got a Elven mage and a human cleric. So every class, there's 3 in the game, has their own unique slots, helmets, and a racial skill, martial skills, shields. Those are the sort of things fighters have, for example. Arcane items, arcane skills, that's what mages have. So what is this, though? These are the items. You're finding items as loot, rewards, things like that, just like you do in typical role-playing games, but the items have cards attached to them. For example, my Blister Stone here has 3 cards attached to it: a Wall of Fire, a second Wall of Fire, and a Fire Spray. And while that is in my hand, it's also those 3 cards go into my deck. So at the beginning of a match, this gets shuffled and I draw a hand of cards. So in the what you're equipping sort of leads to what's in your deck. So if I take my Blister Stone out of my deck, it just I get these default zap and 2 little zaps. That's all I get. So you're finding equipment to put in, boom, and then now I got those cards back. So you're finding equipment to build your deck, and you have a lot. This is some of the equipment that I've just found through adventuring. You can sell equipment. You get a lot of money to buy better equipment or new equipment. There's a lot of times you're going to want to kind of customize your guy. For example, I'm going to go into a fight here pretty soon where I'm fighting a lot of tree creatures, and they have a lot of kind of resistance to non-fire effects. So I grabbed, I'm going to go ahead and remove my advanced sparking in favor of superb pyromancy, which makes my fire effects more potent and gives me another wall of fire. So how the cards work, there's different kinds of cards. There's traits, actions, there's armor, reactive cards like dodge. So let's just look at Firestarter. Firestarter is an uncommon. The color of the bar here indicates its relative strength to other cards of this type. So this is a more powerful version of, I can't remember what it's called now, but there's another version that adds like 1 damage to, or something like that, lasts less time. So this is a trait. You play this card. Right as your turn starts, you have to play all your traits. Traits attached to your character. And then you get to draw another card to replace that trait, and the trait gives you bonuses. In this particular case, it lasts 3 turns, and whenever I do a burning damage, it does 2 additional damage. Wall of Fire is an action card. It's an attack card. It's got like a red border. You play it as an offensive action, and it just creates lava terrain that deals damage at the beginning of a round. So I'm going to put this guy in. It's going to replace these guys. You'll notice this silver pip here. You actually accumulate silver pips and the occasional bronze pip as you level up. Some items don't have a pip requirement. This one here, you'll notice, doesn't have a pip, which means you don't have to have they're called talents. You don't have to have a silver talent in order to equip it. You can just put it on the slot. So I'm out of, if I were to pull something off, I have a spare pip there. If I pull this guy off, and I have 2 spare pips. So I find it just makes more sense to make sure you have you're using all of your pips. Now, what did I have set up over here? This guy. Okay. So that's how you equip your guy and customize them for the challenge ahead. Now here is the map. And the map is full of a lot of areas to explore. A lot of areas to explore. This is what I've unlocked so far. As you progress through different campaigns, you unlock follow-up adventures, modules to go through. Some of these have padlocks because they require a small investment of real physical money to unlock. But once you pay, like, it's the equivalent of like $1. Excuse me. It's the equivalent of like $1 or so to unlock a mission. You can spend like $5-10 and have probably $10 and unlock every single, all like 11 or 12 adventures. I haven't done that yet, but I probably will when the game goes live, because it's so far I'm having a tremendous amount of fun with this thing. And look at this map is huge. There's all these areas that could be potential places to put adventures and such. I don't know how much content exists currently, how much, like if you go play through the whole campaign, maybe it doesn't fill this whole map up, but so far I'm very impressed with all the content. I've been playing the game for about 2 weeks now, and there's just never-ending amount of content, it seems like. And I've heard when you beat the campaign, you can play through older missions again with challenge criteria, quests and stuff. So that seems kind of... Alright, so let's look at the game itself. I'm going to go to one of the missions I have been having a hard time completing so far. We're going to go into the Black Forest. Alright, so once it loads in, here's the module. I love these old school module looks. This is what the old D&D, advanced D&D modules used to look like. Here's Gary. He's the one you're playing against. He's your DM. He's your dungeon master. He's running the enemies. He gives you a little backstory, and we can begin. Alright, first encounter out of 4 is Edge of the Wood, and I've done this once successfully. It's pretty rough. These enemies are huge trunks, huge tree creatures with very long range attacks. But as the round starts, the player always begins first. So you'll see I have my dwarf, I have my elf, and I have a human, warrior, mage, cleric. And I can play in action. It doesn't matter if it's this guy's stab card, or this firestorm, or this healing spell. I get to play one thing amongst all my guys, and then the enemy gets to play one thing amongst all his guys. In this particular case, these 3 guys are grouped into one, so they share this big pool of cards here. So, and how it works is well, the enemy, when they attack, they get to play an attack card once per figure in a group, generally speaking. And then I don't have such a restriction. If I have these 2 attacks here, this vicious thrust and this stab, my fighter can use both of them. So let's just let's open up with what do we want to do here? I kind of want to see what they do. They're gonna just attack. They have a crazy range with their giant tree limbs. So I'm gonna walk as close as I can and see if I can get them to get close to me with my fighter. He's has no armor in his hand, but he has quite a bit of armor in his deck. I'm hoping he'll draw some here pretty soon. Clubbing branch. Okay. So what happened? He smacked me. We can go back to the log. Alright, he smacked me with a bash. Clubbing branch. It was a melee crushing attack. This is the damage, 8. This is the range, 2 squares. I got really close to him. I didn't have to, but I know it didn't matter because all his attacks are very long range. But then I had a reaction in my hand. I had a rushing arrow. This reacts as armor, in addition to other things. It's armor. And it reacts as soon as I get hit. Armor 1, so it reduces the damage by 1, assuming I successfully roll a 3 or more. I did roll 3 or more, and so I took only 5 damage rather than 6. Or 7 damage rather than 8. Sorry, that was a big hit. 8 damage. I took 7. Doing so cost me this card. It went away. Which is too bad because the second ability, which let you keep it, whenever you play a move card, add 2 to the move. That's how my dwarf was able to move only, rather than only walking 2 squares, he was able to get all the way into melee range. That's why I play with this card. Dwarves are very slow, but with cards like Rushing Armor, they can move fast. It's too bad he lost it. You'll notice it doesn't say the word keep here, so when it's used for armor, because it doesn't say keep in this section, you lose it. It does say keep down here. When it's played as a bonus to your movement points, you get to keep it. So it sucks I got nailed, but at least it prevented a point of damage, I suppose. Now I'm going to retaliate by stabbing with my Vicious Thrust. I can actually step 2 before I take this attack. I don't need to because I'm close enough. and it penetrates ignoring armor, which is very nice. So let's just stab him. I'm not going to step. I'm going to stand on the same spot, and I'll choose my facing, and I'll stab him. So facing is actually very important in the game. This is not going well. I'm not getting crushed. I have some healing spells though, so I'm not too worried yet. Facing is very important in this game, actually. If you get behind an opponent, you can actually defeat many of his block cards. If he has like some block cards in his hand, you can't block if you're behind him. Sometimes some types of armor don't work. If you're behind an opponent, if you put a cursor on something, you can see all the dark green squares are considered behind that figure. Alright, let's see. I got a spell here that heals 5 to the lowest health ally, which right now is highlighting the dwarf. It's going to heal him. Let's go. And you'll notice he's trying to move these. They're trying to move, but they have a slow card in hand that's move slower. When one figure in a group of enemies plays a movement card, all figures get to use that movement card, so they'll have to move a little bit. They're very slow, so you'll see these two guys are grayed out. They've already made their attacks. They don't get to attack anymore. Let's stab. Oh, he's got armor. Armor 3. This armor doesn't affect fire damage, so if I can do fire damage, this armor will not protect him against it. Keep. If they roll a 4 or more, it prevents 3 damage. He failed his armor roll, so I hit him for full value. But if I try and use a spark card against it in one of these trees, because I know he's got an armor card, it shows it to me here. I know he has a slowed card, so I can see it. Anything that's got like a little eye symbol your opponent knows you have. If you could pretend that you can see their cards down in your play area, they'd have a little eye symbol on them because I can see them. So there's no real point in zapping with electrical damage because it will likely get blocked by the wood, so I'm not going to waste that. However, I do have a Firestorm. It hits everything on the battlefield for 4 damage and then burns 2 additional damage for 1 turn. So it'll do 6 more damage to everything, including me, unfortunately. But I do it because it'll burn and all this damage to them, so they have a million spells to play that I've noticed. Alright. Now I need to rush up there and because he's low in health. He's down to 11 of 30. You might also see it down here, it tells you 11 of 30. And you can also put your cursor on it, figure it kind of lets you see him unrestricted. He has 11 damage on him. These heal 4 each. So get him up into fighting shape. And I guess I might as well drop a spark. It'll probably get blocked by the guy's armor, but nope, he failed. Okay, push. Now, Gary has passed because he's done playing cards for the turn. The round ends when both players pass. I'm going to pass now because I also don't have anything else I want to do. And because he passed first, on the next turn he gets to go first. So I'm going to pass. We're going to draw new cards. You always draw, so far at least, you always draw 2 cards. Kind of per figure. Nah, I'm not sure what that actually matters. So they draw 6 cards. I draw 2 for each figure, plus everyone gets to draw a movement card for free. So my dwarf got to draw a walk card, which is just walk 2 spaces, not super fast. He's a dwarf. He drew a penetrating cut, which will ignore armor, and a stab. I got a mighty spark. Very good. 7 damage, 6 range. Unfortunately, they do have that stupid wooden armor, so I had to kind of get around that. I will, however, penetrating cut ignores that wooden armor. We know it's in his hand. It's still there. He kept it. You get to keep 2 turn. You get to keep 2 cards when you pass. If you have more than 2 cards after both players have passed and the round is over, discard down to 2 cards. All right. Let's see here. I'm going to try and get lucky and not waste my mighty spark on this guy with 2 health. Even if I did it, it wouldn't matter if he made his armor roll. It just wouldn't. And I hate that. Let's try and stab him. He's within range. Let's do a stab. Yep, he failed his armor. 2 victory points. Some maps have victory, like positioning. There's like yellow squares that while you stand on it, you get victory points. You can win that way. This map doesn't have victory squares, so it's just a matter of killing all 4 of these guys. They're worth 2 points each. So the victory points don't mean anything. I just need to kill all. This is going to be rough. Oh my gosh. Okay, so he's actually down on 1 health. We're going to try and walk him away from the action, hoping we can draw some more cards next turn. And let's provide some juicier targets. Let's try and do 7 more. Oh, killed. And I got lucky a third time now. I did. Alright. So I was able to hurt them. I'm gonna move him up. He's got a lot more health. Just kind of hoping that the trees will pick a different target. Kind of gaming the AI. Now we both passed, and I got to discard a card. Since I get dash cards for free, return all the dash cards. Alright, oh good, it worked. Alright, now I got a wall of fire here, which is going to be very handy if I can get into position. And I got a violent swing, which does 10 damage, but makes me discard my oldest card, which is my run card right now. It's the oldest card I've had in my hand. Unfortunately, I need to use my run card to get into range to hit somebody. So I'm going to use my card to move up closer to this guy. He's going to kill me. Is that coming? They have a movement card. I'd like to play this wall of fire. I probably can't actually move out of range of the wall of fire, but they're very slow. Let's wall of fire these guys here. There's Arbitron. Oh, he couldn't get off the armors. Now they have 2 of those stupid armors in their deck. In their hand. Let's just... Didn't help him. My dwarf is almost dead. Oh, we're both almost dead. I'm not going to be able to see the victory, I don't think, but it's going to get burned. There's like 2 different squares. Fire starter. Let's try and stab and kill him. Penetrated through his armor and killed him. This is going to kill her. Okay, let's get down to the wire. I don't even know if I can get close enough to hit him as a fighter. There's not much more I can do besides get close. I do have a really good shield block. Block any. If it blocks a melee attack, I draw a card. So I'm just play 1 attack a turn, so he's all by himself. So 1 attack like this. I'm gonna walk. I gotta get adjacent to him. Okay, I blocked. And I drew a purple pass, so we had to go first. Oh man, I better keep my armor, I guess. Armor protects me from 2 points each. Draw me an attack, come on. What's this do? Block any. Okay, good. Hey, it worked. If I pass first, maybe I can draw an attack card and finish him off. Gotta draw some good though. Come on. Penetrating cut. Oh, my color trade made him do more. Oh, he passed. He didn't have any attack cards. Oh, but he actually gets to go first though. So really close. If I draw an attack card and he misses or doesn't draw an attack card. That was a close one. Anyway, and I could regroup and try again. But I think that for purposes of demonstrating the game, I think that's good. It's really fun, and it's got a lot of depth to it, and it's a very interesting gameplay system. Like, it's just a unique, but also harkens back to the classic older styles of turn-based strategy. It's very good. I appreciate it very much. And I'm eager to look forward, eager to play more of it and see what some of the later game things can bring to the table. New cards, powerful epic rares, legendary rares with very powerful effects and abilities and ways to change up your strategy, customize and build up decks however you like. It's very, very well done. I think that we're going to call it here. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to comment or ask me anything they'd like. I think they'll do it. So thanks for watching. See you all later.